Back there.
Recording in progress.
I'd like to call this regular meeting of the Hinckley Township Board of Trustees to order on Tuesday, August 6, 2024 at 6:30 PM. Call the roll, please.
Swedek?
Here.
Asher? Here. Thank you. Here.
I'd like to ask everyone to join in honoring the flag. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you, everyone. We'll start. I'd like to move to approve the minutes for the July 1, 2024 special trustee meeting.
Second.
Second by Asheville. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Move to approve the minutes for the July 2, 2024 special trustee meeting.
Second.
Second by Asheville. Discussion. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Move to approve the minutes for the July 16, 2024 regular trustee meeting.
Second.
Second by Asherle, and all in favor?
Aye.
I will abstain. Move to approve the minutes for the July 26, 2024 special trustee meeting.
Second.
Second by Engelmann. All in discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
I will abstain.
And we will open here this evening. I have Ben Cutler here from Columbia Gas with an update on the West 130th facility project. If you'd come up and talk. First of all, I'd like to thank you as representative of Columbia Gas, doing everything, whatever's in your power to help get this done. I know it's been a challenge and nobody likes to see something like this happening. And I think to the best of your ability that you've handled it as well as we could expect. And I thank you for that.
Yeah, I appreciate that very much. And I appreciate you having me. I know I'm probably not the most popular guy over the last year in town, but we've tried really hard. I know it's part of the reason I wanted to be here tonight was just to kind of share an update and some background and perspective. Started about a year ago. And the good news is, we're done with all of the install. And we still got some cosmetics to finish up, which I'll talk about. But it was a tough project on many different levels. Unfortunately, just putting in that amount of gas line in that busy of a corridor is really challenging on multiple fronts. I think our guys and gals did a pretty good job, but we ran into roadblock after roadblock. A lot of stuff that was unexpected. Folks just assume that incompetence or that we're not prioritized. But when you run into contaminated soil and asbestos and all kinds of other things, it just throws everything for a loop. And we tried really hard. And I will admit, there's some things we could have done better as a group. But I am proud of the communication that we had with the public. I think we've been very transparent with everybody. We put out, I'm proud to say we put out pretty much weekly updates to everybody for almost a year, letting folks know what was going on, good, bad, or ugly. I had plenty of great conversations and have become friends with a lot of folks, and I've had plenty of ugly conversations too, but I feel very strongly in hearing everybody out, right? And I also, in my role, have always kind of prided myself on being empathetic and being able to put myself in other people's shoes. And, a lot of folks in not just our company, but a lot of corporations can't do that, right? When engineers look at a project, they see a AutoCAD file, right? Not the people that live here or there right next door to it. So we've really tried to be empathetic, right? And whether or not folks believe that or care is another matter, but we've tried really hard. And I appreciate you recognizing that because we did put a lot of effort into it. And in my short 10 years of professional experience, this has probably been the most trying project that I've overseen. And so where we are today, all the pipe is in, which is great. All of the restoration work itself is done. The road's paved. I know there was a couple of things we were working through with Mike, small things, but we're pipes in, crew is demobilized. Where does that leave us in terms of Hinckley? We've got the two fences that still need to go up around the stations in kind of a weird catch-22 way. The fact we did get much nicer fences approved, which I'm really excited about. I think they're going to look great, but the material is taking a little bit longer because it's not the standard chain link. So as soon as that material, we already got the contractor award, everything's ready to go, just waiting on the material. So as soon as that comes in, we'll get both fences up. So the Crestview property will have the track vinyl fence on the east north and south sides. The west side is a split block wall that was agreed to with the property owner when we acquired the parcel. And then the POD, what I call it, on Marland Babcock, is a full track vinyl fence all the way around. So that's our next big step. From there, we'll start working on the supplemental screening, which is, landscaping, trees, to see what we can do to beautify the site. I think the fence is going to be really nice. I think it'll hide the site well, but I also understand it with the kind of rural mantra and trying to fit back into the aesthetic of the neighborhood. We'll do what we can to get some trees and some things like that. So one step at a time. So right now that's really our last two major items to get done. The stations themselves, I'm not sure if you've been by, they're actually very nice, state-of-the-art stations. They're very clean looking. I would like to get trustees and emergency services in one day for a little tour and go around, learn about it. But we'll get the fences up, get across the finish line. Definitely took longer than expected, but it was a good project. And again, for those that may not remember, it was really a project that we kind of had to do. It was nothing that was Columbia driven. We were losing with feed, so we had to build another feed because we want to make sure that when temperatures get low, that we can take care of our folks, right? And we can get them the heat that they need when it gets cold. So the other thing and I'm happy to take any questions, and like I said to trustees many times, I'm local. I don't sit in Columbus. I grew up down the road and I live in the east side of Cleveland. So even once the fences get up, I'm still going to be here. I'm still going to engage with folks. I'm not just going to disappear. Hopefully I'll be here, and I'm always happy to have conversations. I'm very sensitive to the neighbors that live right next there. And I want to make sure that we give them a constant line of communication to our folks and to me. So I'll be here. The other thing happy to share, was hoping to wait until the fences were up, but here I've got a budget that I operate, and as a little token of our appreciation and gratitude for working with us, I've got a $5,000 amount that I held aside for a donation to an organization of the trustees' choice. My only requirement is it's got to be a 501c3. I don't need an answer today, just, whenever you all have the opportunity to talk and come up with a recommendation. I've got a donation held. I know it pales in comparison, but I have a limited budget, and I was able to reserve what I could. I also have another $1,500 that I know Trustee Swidek and I talked about putting toward, I forget if it was police or fire, but the maybe Hinckley Firefighters Association, which I have also. So I've got total of $6,500 that I have set aside for donations, $5,000 for a 501c, and then another $1,500 so we can work together on we have a grant program and whatnot. So once you all make the decision, we actually have a new system we're changing over to. So I'll be in touch with whomever, and we can get those submitted and paid out by the end of the year. So again, I know that's not meant as we were here for a year. It's something small that we can do to give back a little bit and let you guys know that it takes a village to get a project like this done. Sometimes folks cooperate with us and work with us. Sometimes they don't. But my experience with the township has been terrific, and I really appreciate. And the residents have been incredibly kind and patient for the most part. So I'm appreciative of that, and it's a little bit that we can do to give back and say thank you, and hopefully, get past this and preserve and build the relationship moving forward between our two sides. So I'm happy to take any questions, but I just mostly wanted to come say thank you and appreciate the patience. And hopefully when the fences are up, and people will, be happier than they are now, and everyone can kind of move forward and with the new norm. So appreciate it.
Well, I commend you on what you've done with the township. I know that we've worked with you on several issues, and they've gone very well, and I appreciate that. And I think it's a wonderful gesture that you're making with the donation. Appreciate it.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Pleasure.
I want to echo Jack's thoughts. I said it to Jack last year. The communication has been top notch. I mean, not just you communicating with the board, but I'm on social media. So I see all of the social media that you are doing with the community, so that everybody knows you make yourself available to not just the trustees, but the community for questions. I know there were a couple of spirited conversations on a Saturday morning that you made yourself available for. So I very much appreciate you being so hands-on like that. And also for these donations, I'm already thinking of some places that they can go to. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Really appreciate it.
And I likewise, thank you for everything you've done. I spoke to one of the neighbors that lives on one of the sides of those stations, and I know she's looking forward to
I'm
the
sure.
fencing. She was really excited to hear it wasn't gonna be chain
Yeah.
link, so really appreciate you going that extra mile.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think just some more openness from us, it's a lot of utilities are changing nowadays, right? We don't have the space to build anymore in rural open areas. Look, if people ask all the time, why'd you choose here? Why? We didn't have a choice, right? We have to tap into the transmission lines, so we're very limited in what we can do. But we have to learn as a company how to coexist with neighbors, right? When we go in with a project and we have a chain link fence with barbed wire that's proposed and you have a neighbor living right here, that's not acceptable, right? It may have been it's acceptable when you're building with nobody within a mile of you, but not when there's somebody right there next to you. So I hopefully folks understand too, that while I know it can be painted as, the guy that's pushing this project, that there's a lot of us that understand that and are advocating behind the scenes to make sure that we do things the right way. And while I'm frustrated the fence isn't up today or wasn't up last month, I'm confident that we made the right choice with the fence and that in the end, it'll be better, even if it takes a little bit longer to get there. So we're evolving as a company, and as we build more and more and more, and where we have space, which is residential, we have to learn to coexist and we have to learn to fit into the aesthetic of the neighborhood. And that's not an easy jaunt for us. It's new to us. So we're trying. And this was one of the first projects. I think we've had such close proximity. So I think we've learned something too about how we have to operate and conduct ourselves moving forward. So
Appreciate it. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
yeah. So
Ben, thank you for the communications with all this. When we had questions about hazards that I had from residents and everything else with gas emergencies, and now that's done, we'll schedule something to do a walk through that area. But I
absolutely.
appreciate that too, the communications
Absolutely.
in it.
Absolutely. And I know we had our little over-odorization
Yeah,
event
that
too,
too. I
right?
appreciate the communication.
Right
about
around
that.
there, which
Yeah.
we're still dealing with some
I can only
some
imagine.
fallout from that. So, but I would love just to reiterate, I'll get with Jack or Chief. I would love to just one day get trustees or whoever else out there just to come, we can wait till the fences are up, just, get a walkthrough, understand what we've got going here, how it works. And, Chief, especially for you
Yeah.
too, just to understand. I mean, again, they're very safe. We have automatic shutdowns, but I think given it's in your backyard,
Yep,
it's
yep,
good that you have
definitely
some
wanna learn about it.
working knowledge of what we're doing there. So
Appreciate it.
I appreciate it. And I'll hang around for just a minute if anyone has any specific questions, but thanks for the opportunity. So.
Super, thanks.
Thanks,
Thanks for coming,
Ben.
Ben. Appreciate it. If this young lady's entire entourage is now here, I would
May we
I
please?
would rather not retain them.
Sure.
Well, I'll let you do that first and then we'll move on.
Thank you. Yep, I appreciate that. Request to hire firefighter EMT Nama Green at a rate of $15.50 per hour, effective immediately.
So moved.
Discussion. All in favor? Aye.
Nama, if you want to come up and we'll do the swearing in. Monique, you have that right?
I have it.
Let me grab
She did. Monique.
Family, feel free to come up
Oh.
and take pictures if you guys need.
Jack seconded?
Did you second it? Okay.
Yeah, okay.
I will, second.
Second.
Do that.
Maybe I should have.
You know what? Why don't you, I stand here that way, you guys can come as close if you want to take pictures. Okay.
Move up.
You can come up here. Go ahead, go.
Nobody else
over
wants to see
there.
any
Get
pictures, but
closer.
those two.
I'll get out of the way. Nice to meet you. Okay.
There has been less
Oh,
paparazzi at the Academy Awards.
Wait a minute, Monique, wait a minute. We need to make an adjustment on the camera.
Oh, there you go.
You wanna move the flag? Why don't you move the flag over?
Like, over here?
Yeah, there you go.
Oops.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
No way.
Oh,
There we go. Okay.
there we go.
It leans a little bit, but it shouldn't fall on you. So, okay.
All right, I
raise
think
your
that'll
right
work.
hand
Okay.
and repeat after me. I, Naima Green,
I, Naima Green,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and the Constitution of the State of Ohio,
and will faithfully discharge the duties
and will faithfully discharge the duties
of a volunteer fireman for Hinckley Township
of a volunteer fireman for Hinkley Township
in Medina County, state of Ohio,
in Medina County, state of Ohio,
during my service in the fire department.
during my service in the fire department.
Congratulations. More pictures, Chief, do you want to get in the picture?
Nah, you sure?
I would think the brothers would want to join in too. I mean, that's all
Yeah,
I'm
we can do
saying.
the whole family.
No, it's probably in the station, so there's.
Watch the ceiling with that.
Yeah, you would know, right?
No, I can
Maybe.
handle it.
Wow, I just got that.
I know, it's just.
It's not the appropriate distance from the screen. Nice.
Once you guys are done with pictures, the guys will take you back to the station to do pictures there. if you
Jess.
want. Yes.
Jen,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you all.
Hey, Mike. Yeah.
That should be a preset.
Thank you.
Oh, was it? Nice, thank
You
you.
gonna call somebody? Alright. He's gonna call. He's gonna call one of the guys.
I'll just, you said there's a preset on here?
Do you have a preset for that?
Is it,
No, but I can get it.
you wanna finish it up?
I can.
I
Get it.
just need a little bit more Mike in there.
Which Mike?
Service.
Nobody wants to talk to you?
Wait, Andy. Are you on station?
Yeah.
Okay, can you go back and, multifamily, with the jump box? Okay, thanks. All right, Officer Stepka is on his way to assist.
Right.
They need their
They
battery
needed a
jumped.
jump box.
Oh,
Oh.
I was gonna say, what did I miss?
Yeah, they asked that, they needed a
Okay.
jump box.
Oh, is that why the window didn't go?
What's that?
Is that why the window, okay.
I'll run through these motions first, Martha. Is that okay?
Yep.
Okay, move to approve resolution number 080624-01. Accepting the amended official certificate of estimated resources amendment number 3 dated July 18, 2024, in the amount of $10,253,758.82. Correction, $785.82.
Second,
Yes.
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 Move to approve resolution number 080624-02, amending the revenue and permanent appropriations to reflect amended certificate number 3.
Second,
Yes.
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 The departments can go and then you can make the motion for the executive session.
Okay, move to pay the bills in the amount of $162,807.10.
Second,
All in favor?
aye.
Police.
All right, Cruiser 53's air conditioning is essentially not working. We took it to our normal repair facility and got a $1,600 estimate. Then went to Liberty Ford and I got a verbal estimate of around $1,200. So I would like to request appropriations not to exceed $1,500 for emergency repair of Cruiser 53's air conditioning through Liberty Ford Brunswick.
So moved.
Second,
Discussion? All in favor?
aye.
Thank you. Request to enter into a non-contractual 3-year service agreement with Generator Systems LLC for biannual maintenance of our Generac generator. This agreement just locks in pricing for 3 years, but each service will be billed individually.
Do you want to list that first service that since you have the 3,000?
Yeah, the first service, which they will schedule in August of this year, after a discount will be $600.95, and that is a major service.
Can you give me that price one more time, please?
$600.95.
Thank you.
So moved.
Second,
Discussion? So it's a non-contractual agreement.
Correct. The previous company that we had a maintenance contract with was a 5-year locked-in contract that was up in March of this year. This company, Generator Systems out of Medina, does not do contracts. Like I said, it's just an agreement. They said we can cancel at any time.
I asked Mike just to make a motion, just so it's journalized.
Okay, okay, all right, understood.
That we have something
Okay.
to refer to if someone forgets.
Very good.
At some point.
Is that something also we should look into for,
We have a Cummins with ours, the Cummins generator.
Well, let's finish this one first.
okay,
All in favor?
aye, sorry.
Okay.
Good. All right. Request appropriations of $1,164.80 for replacement of our server UPS battery backup from Bay Point Technology.
So moved.
Second,
Discussion?
So how long of a runtime does that give you?
I'm not certain on runtime. It is a direct replacement of the unit we have, which is from 2008. The batteries have been replaced on that unit a couple times, and now the brains itself have gone bad. But it is, we do have the generator, so it's not really a runtime issue. It's more the transfer when we go from utility power to generator power that the alternating current or this transfer, things don't shut down in those few moments to keep everything running smoothly.
but if I am not mistaken, that is not necessarily gonna solve the problem from like this last time
Yeah,
because,
completely unrelated. That's
Okay.
a separate issue that we all need to address and discuss
Okay.
to solve. Yep.
All good? All in favor?
I, all these generator things, the day of the big storm.
Right.
So,
Mhm.
Yeah, and ours actually just happens to be manually turned off until this company comes out because it does need maintenance. Anyways, last on the agenda, request a resolution to accept the resignation of Patrol Officer Michael Shamlin effective this Thursday, August 8th, 2024.
So moved.
second,
Call the roll, please.
Swedek,
Yes.
Asher.
yes,
Engelmann.
Yes.
And if I could just briefly, not on the agenda, I'd just like to thank all of our partner agencies in Medina County. For those not aware, not on social media, we had a child abduction situation on Friday evening. This was not a random act. It was a father-daughter situation. Ended up a great outcome. Every agency in the county assisted with them, so I'm not going to list them out, but thank you to all of them. And a special thank you to Brunswick Police Department by utilizing their flock safety cameras. We were able to pinpoint a general location that this subject was located in. And with an hour of that hit, we were able to identify and safely get the child back to the mother. So,
job well done by all.
Mhm.
And that was, I think, one of the scenarios we were giving.
right,
On discussing flock.
right. Yeah, we had like I said, the entire county, every agency, the Medina County CART team, which is the child abduction response team, was all called in. We're in the process of implementing an Amber Alert statewide. And like I said, every agency in the county, were searching, and that flock hit was able to pinpoint that he had been in Brunswick. So, focused the attention on Brunswick and able to locate the vehicle parked in a park. So,
Thank you.
and that's it for, the police department.
Super. Thanks, Mike. Chief.
Good evening. Request appropriations not to exceed $3,800 to repair a battery charging system on our station generator through Cummins. Basically the trickle charger that keeps the battery working is broken. We have a automotive trickle charger on it to allow it to kick on as needed. When Cummins came out, they informed us that the trickle charger's obsolete. They no longer make it. So they have to find a new one, which means they have to install the new one, which means they have to add additional work. That's what the Home Depot charges, conduit wiring and things like that. Unfortunately, it's, the station's 7 years old and that trickle charger is obsolete. And we have a
Continues
service.
to amaze me. that it's not
Yes,
something-
yes, I agree. We have, I don't remember our service agreement with them, but I'll look it up for
Okay,
for how long we have it with.
So this might be what I was asking.
Okay, maybe that's what it is.
okay. So moved.
Well, in that line of questioning, is that something that you want to check with the other one? They service them as well?
I'm not 100% certain. I know ours is a Generac and the previous company we used was just a random repair facility, whereas in Generator Systems is like an authorized service center for Generac. What is your
It's
manufacturer?
Cummins.
Cummins,
And it
okay.
may be it may be,
Hmm.
we've had some service. I don't remember what our agreement was with them. We've had it for some time. So I'll look into when our agreement is
You're
up
in
with
an
them.
existing contract.
Yes, yes.
Right.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor?
Aye. Sorry, Chief, just
No problem.
before you continue, I didn't know if we wanted to see if anyone from the audience before Sergeant Schrull leaves, if anybody had any questions, especially since we just mentioned Flock.
Are you packing up?
What's that?
Are you packing up to leave?
I could stay.
Anyone have any questions for PD?
Well, he was.
You're
leaving.
welcome to leave.
Thank you, sir. Everyone
Have a good evening.
Have a great evening.
That was all. Thank you, Mike.
Yep.
Are you good, chief?
No, I got another item here on the agenda then. Request a 3-month leave absence for firefighter paramedic Brad Polish and Matthew Connors effective immediately. Brad got hired in Brook Park, so he's taking a 3-month leave. Connors went to Valley View. He thinks he'll be done. He'll come back before that 3 months. They're sending him through fire inspector school, and that's a 40-hour week for 280 hours for 40 weeks. So he wants to get that done. And then he said he'd be back.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
I have 2 items not on the agenda. Our Tunnel to Tower, our annual run that we do with the Tunnel to the Tower Foundation. Our team is September 8th. Starts in the Medina Square. We're always looking for team members that want to run with us. The funds raised, last year was our 3rd year in a row of being the highest grossing team for the Medina County Tunnel to the Tower Run. So the team's looking for donations and just participants to run to show the money that's raised through the Tunnel to the Tower Foundations goes and typically covers mortgages for police, fire, and military that they either lost their lives in the line of duty or they were severely injured, and they pay off that, or they pay off college for their kids. And then the other one is our annual Touch Truck event is September 29th. I'll have the times. We're still kind of firming up the times. And that'll be at our fire station, service garage, that whole area up there.
Any blood drives?
There is, but I don't remember the date on that one.
Okay.
And just as Mike thanked everybody, we had the big fire Friday, 2 Fridays ago. We had 9 other mutual aid departments there. It was one of the largest commercial fires in Hinckley history, if not the largest commercial fire in Hinckley, with the amount of property loss still being tallied for it. So I'd like to thank all those guys that put work in that day. Some of those guys went through 4 air bottles going in, just working. Chief Glonner from Brunswick was first chief on scene. He took command initially until I got there because I was coming from my other employment. And then Chief Anthony Strazo from Brunswick Hills was the chief on the other side of the building running operations. But definitely a long night for all involved.
Job well done
It was,
to all as well. Thank you.
Yep.
And is there anything special about this Touch a Truck that we're going to be doing?
oh yeah, sorry. So this touch truck events, we will be having the wet down ceremony of our new tanker. We're still getting outfitted. We're still training on it. Supplies are still coming in. The radios are going to be installed next week, but we will do the wet down ceremony, which is a ceremony that is traditional in fire service when a vehicle is being replaced. The existing vehicle that's replacing sprays it down. We let the kids last time do that with the engine. We will be doing it with the tanker, and then the firefighters will push in that massive vehicle, 60,000-pound vehicle into the fire station. And that's when it'll probably go in service, just because of how long it's
Big
taking.
vehicle. We might
Yeah.
have to hire some more
Yep.
people.
Yes.
Sufficient.
Yeah, it is a big vehicle. But we brought it up to pump at that fire at the end of it because we were running off tank water because everybody picked up the 1,600 feet of hose that went all the way down to West 130th. So Lieutenant Baxter came, I told him, go pick up the tanker. What better way to try than during the overhaul process when we can see, and it ran great and it gave us plenty of water.
Good. Glad to hear it.
So thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll obviously be hanging around.
Anybody have anything for the chief? You want to hang around?
I'm gonna hang around.
All right, good enough.
I'm gonna go check my phone.
Michael,
How's everybody doing tonight?
Good.
Only one thing on the list for me, request for appropriations to purchase culvert pipe through Cleveland Plumbing Supply at a cost of $1,249. They came in quite a bit under what Wolf Brothers did, and that is also with a delivery fee, so can't beat that.
so moved.
Second.
Any discussion? What are you using this for?
We have to replace a couple culverts on Woodside Drive, and then we also have one on Lionswood cul-de-sac that we're gonna be redoing, so bottoms are broke out.
Very good. All in favor?
Hi.
Aye. Anything for Mike? Mike, I would ask that you start preparing a list so we can solicit some quotes for mowing for next year. With Don Cox wrapping up his operation. I know he's gonna have his guys bid on it too, so. Okay?
Okay.
All right. Very good. Free to go. Thank you.
Thanks, Mike.
You zoning? Okay. Cemetery, zoning. Oh,
Let's-
zoning.
We'll see you later.
So just formally introduce Nicole Blunt, our new zoning inspector.
Hello, everyone.
Good evening.
Known this one for a couple of weeks and jump right in presenting the quarterly report as the ones.
Yes, if you've received a quarterly report, that's done, essentially the permit report. If you have any questions about it, I can attempt to answer them. A lot of this occurred before my employment, but you have the quarterly zoning report?
They were emailed to.
Oh, I did not print it.
I have a copy if you'd like to look at it.
I lied. It is here. It is here.
Okay,
Is it? Oh, it is, that's right.
okay.
I was thinking it was something.
Just to keep you on your toes.
Mhm.
I got it.
And that if you guys have any changes or additions that you would like to see to the quarterly zoning report, I know it's not that intense, but if you'd like to see anything, any changes or any additions to it, if you would let me know, I'm certainly willing to make additions or changes to it if you'd like to know more. It is pretty concise and has everything essentially. I don't think it's missing anything, but if you'd like to see it formatted a different way or learn more about information, have a better breakdown of exactly what's going on, I can provide that in the next report.
Thank you.
And then next, we do have a parcel lot split consolidation for the Holsteins. I have 2 copies, actually, they dropped off, requesting township trustees' signatures. It is approved through staff. If you would like to take some time to sign these, so I can contact there's 2 copies. I'm assuming they would like both copies signed.
Where's this?
And
at?
if you,
Oh,
it's the
this is,
Holsteins.
I-
At present
okay.
time,
You
the
know where-
Holsteins
yeah.
own 2 lots with a total acres of 8.8542. A new barn was built that crossed the line of 1132 Center Road. This new lot configuration will correct the mistake. It also states the property was inspected by Medina County and the new building was found to be 8 feet above the FEMA floodplain. We do have an agriculture exemption certificate on file. This structure that was traversing both lots is agriculturally exempt from zoning code. Thank you. And that is all I have. Do you have any other questions or anything for me?
Anybody?
No, thank you very much.
Great, thank you.
Oh, Jack, do you
I
have
have just
something?
one
Oh, yeah.
thing, I don't think is relevant. If we were to have Rod that wants to do some kind of improvement of the ball field, that isn't applicable to zoning in any way, is it? They want to do a batting cage
Structure.
and modify the fences.
We just review the structure for zoning to make sure it's compliant.
I'll have them submit a drawing then.
If it's a ball field, it likely lots of space, so Height, I would want to know the height of the structure as well. And then I'll let them know of any applicable county
I
building.
haven't reached out yet.
Thank you.
Super, thank you.
Yeah, you know, you will have to make a decision whether a permit or whether it's required or not. It is a structure,
Okay,
but it's on township property.
Martha, if they extend the fence, would that still be considered a structure? A lot of times it's just fence that's put up.
Depends on the height.
Usually the same height as the
If
backside.
If a fence is 6 foot or over, it needs a county permit.
And it's higher, the one at Kobeck is higher.
Yeah, I mean, the township is not basically exempt from oversight. You can decide, be wide, you know, they have these.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
very good.
Got it. Cemeteries, got your cemetery quarterly report. I don't know if you have any questions there. There were quite a few lots sold this last quarter.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay, and then we do have a deed to be signed and only 2 witnesses want to come up and watch us sign the deed. Yeah, today's the 6th day of August. She left this pen, so. You guys used to pen, you sign. Thank you. Anyway, I didn't have anything on my agenda.
Oh, no. Can you make that motion?
Oh.
I can.
I'm sorry, Cindy.
That's all right. No.
I would like to move to go into an executive session to discuss the employment of a public employee or official.
Second,
Second by Asherle. Call the roll, please.
Sweattick?
Yes,
Asher?
yes.
Yes.
we're going into executive session at 7:07 PM. I'll move, come out of executive session at 7:34.
Second,
Okay.
do we have
Yeah,
to call the roll?
Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry. Sweattick?
Yes.
Asher?
Yes.
Engelmann?
Yes.
Okay, at this time, I would like the trustees to accept my resignation as Hoover Township Fiscal Officer. Effective, tentatively effective November 30th, 2024, pending the appointment and training qualifications of the person that will replace me. If they're not ready yet, then we can discuss amending that to the end of the year.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Is that a
Roll call.
roll call?
Make that a resolution. Sweattick,
Yes.
Asher,
Yes.
Engelmann.
Yes.
And just briefly to explain, it's been an honor to serve Hinkley Township for quite a while. And, it's just time to make a best decision for my family, myself. But I'm not going anywhere. I wanted to do this earlier so that there would be plenty of opportunity to find a new fiscal officer, to train them, to continue training them, following, their appointment as the fiscal officer. It's a great job. I encourage anybody who has an interest in it to email me, and I'll be glad to give them information. I choose to work at home. We don't have to have an office in the township. I have my computer and my printer and some files. I have an office here that I do my files, but basically I do 99% of my work at home. Salary pending our budget, if it's 6 to 10 million, I think next year a fiscal officer will be well in excess of 30,000. When our budget goes over 10 million, we're closer to 35,000. So, I mean, and full benefits, pension. So I encourage people to find out more about it. And so at this time, I would like the trustees to make a motion to accept letters of interest and qualifications of interested Hinckley Township residents to fulfill the vacancy tentatively effective November 30th, 2024, as per ORC 503.24.
So moved.
Second,
Swedek,
Yes.
Asher,
yes.
Engel.
Yes.
Thank you.
Martha, I would just like to say that this board and previous boards in this township cannot thank you enough for everything that you've done for our township government, but also our community.
It's been, you guys are a great board. I've worked with just since 2008.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Mike Troll. So there's a lot of people who make things happen around here. It's been an honor and a privilege, and to work with the residents in several different capacities, but thank you.
What year were you elected trustee?
I was elected in 2007 and I started in 2008. And then I became fiscal officer in February of 2017. So,
Couple years.
yeah, a few years. Put a few gray hairs on it.
Well, I know you've been a tremendous asset to me coming into this position.
I laugh. Sometimes I sat down and I counted how many trustees. No, but this is a great board and it's been a privilege to see you guys. You work very well together. And really everybody I've worked with, Miss Ray was a big, even though Ray and I would butt heads more often than not. Ray and I were together for a long time.
It was our privilege.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a good guy. So, thank you. Thank you very
It
much.
is
And then we'll
ours.
move forward.
It is ours. And then, just to make sure we're following, the policy, once we have that posted, sharing that opportunity on Facebook.
Mhm.
Agreed.
Thank you.
Feels like we should end the meeting right now.
Kind of
Yes.
a somber
But-
note here.
But,
It's all good. I hope to find somebody who's so much more smarter than me that, the learning curve would be so much less for that person.
There's not that many people in Martha that would fit that qualification.
I think there is.
I'd like to say, do you have anything else? But I'm afraid to, so.
Well, I can't be any worse.
you don't talk to Mike Schroll anymore either. He only has bad news for you.
Anything further, Martha?
Nothing from me. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
So I didn't have anything on the agenda, but I did want to bring up, something for the trustees to consider. We had a, Board of Zoning Appeals meeting, last month, July. And, the applicant, if you recall, there was that CloudStrike computer outage, and he happened to be out of the country, and he had texted Tom Wilson that he would not be able to be at the hearing, or at the site visit, which was preceded the hearing a couple days before. And he was gonna have somebody there, but at the end of the day, he was at the hearing and there were, the hearing was conducted, but there were questions about getting into the buildings. And the person that he had there representing him on Saturday didn't have keys to get in. So the hearing was conducted by the vice chair, and he had requested the applicant if he wanted an extension. But at the same time, the board members wanted access to the interior of the building before they were ready to make a decision. So technically, really more like a continuation than an extension. And just to be clear, an extension would be an applicant wants to wait another 30 days and have another hearing because they want to do something, outside the scope of what was already on the agenda. A continuation would be where the board members want more information before they're ready to make a decision. And so I spoke with the board chair after she had returned from vacation, and she viewed the meeting, and she also felt that it would probably be appropriate to waive the $300 fee that he was willing to pay, but in all fairness, would not be appropriate because it's really more of a continuation. So if the trustees were willing to agree to that, I have a motion prepared that I would read, so that fee may be waived.
It was a situation out of his control
Absolutely, yeah.
that impacted a lot of people. So
Yeah.
I would think that is reasonable.
So I'll read the motion. Motion would be to waive the August 14th, 2024 BZA hearing fee for applicant Mr. Furman due to the extenuating circumstances of his unavailability at the previous site review and the BZA members' request to view the building interiors. The hearing should be considered a continuation.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay. And that is all I have.
Okay. I'd like to make a motion to enter into executive session to discuss the employment of a public employee or official.
Second,
Call the roll, please.
Swedek?
Yes,
Asherle?
Yes,
Engelmann?
yes.
we can wait till the end of the meeting.
very well.
I move to authorize the emergency credit limit override on Suzanne's credit card. I don't know if you guys were copied on that email or not. She exceeded her credit limit, which was paying our Gmail accounts. So we had to override the credit limit, but now moving forward, she's going to just be getting a check whenever she needs to purchase stamps.
Are her biggest purchase, so she bought like $600 worth of stamps. So I said, in the future, either buy smaller amounts of stamps more frequently, or just send me a requisition for a check, and then she can go to the post office and buy larger amounts of stamps rather than putting them on the credit card. She's got a lot of things pulling off of her credit card now with all the software updates.
Mhm.
So I'd second.
You second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
A reminder, that we do have our next movie night on August 17th. This is sponsored by First Day School Supplies and Hinckley Police Association. The movie that we will be watching is Sing. We will have drinks and popcorn, complimentary also as usual. It's going to be at Brownsers Park. Also a reminder that we are having our second Community Shred Day on August 31st at Hinckley Preparatory Academy. Information for both of these is on the website, the Shred Day and also the movie night. That's going to be from 9 a.m. till noon. We're doing this year the paper shredding like we did last year, as well as the e-shredding. And then what's new this year is also going to be medical shredding. So medical supplies that they'll be shredding. 9 till noon on August 31st at Hinckley Prep. I also would like to give a huge thanks to John Colsbury from the Greensmith, with these big storms that rolled in today that impacted so many people, already, power down. He was out there helping, clear the roads from fallen trees. Hinckley Police Department said he was a massive help to them. Just went to a shop, got his chainsaw and got to work. So thank you very much to the Greensmith. They are very good to our community.
No, definitely.
Agreed.
And
It's always
then
good to have somebody who knows how to use a chainsaw doing it.
agreed.
Mike's not here. It's not fair to him.
If I could get a little battery operated one, I
No.
might be able to use it.
I've got one for you. You can use it.
Mini ones.
No,
They're good for getting bats.
I'm gonna pick up that hammer.
It's a gavel.
Same thing.
And then I wanted to see, we've tabled this so many times. I'm not sure if you are both ready to discuss the electric sign, the outdoor electric sign. Jack, we had gotten an updated quote from Brilliant Electric right before you left, I think, the very end of June, that I don't know that we discussed as a board. And then we had the initial quote from Becker Signs, and then you did a little digging and got another quote.
They did fast signs out on Medina Road, provided us one. It's not apples to apples though, because he didn't include the structural foam on the outside of the sign. So it would be up to the board whether you want to consider this with a revised quote from them to include that, if we provide him with some additional time to do that, or if you want to move ahead with the two quotes we have in hand. I did see on the one that, this last one he provided, that it included the connectivity. So it doesn't, there is no subscription fee, is what my understanding is. And
That-
if we were to run a direct cable, it would even be a little bit cheaper there.
And I'm sorry, this is also including the installation, correct? Not just, okay. Okay. So the only thing that's missing from this quote is that foam, that Peachtree foam base.
The surround for the sign itself.
Okay.
Yes. Which, when I questioned him, he said he's fairly certain it'll be under 5,000, but he couldn't give me the exact number without knowing the dimensions.
So he's very close with that, keeping in mind that it would be, no more than 5,000. He is very close to Becker.
Yeah.
And now can we just discuss these additional warranty upgrades? Because it already comes with lifetime technical support, correct?
This one does, yes.
Okay, because I see that that's listed with all of the warranty upgrades, but it's already included
On the
in.
top one, it says included.
Okay. Oh, okay. So this, the most we can get is extended to a 7-year warranty, which I don't think we have that option with any of the other companies to extend a warranty, which that would be a benefit to me if we could extend it. Brilliant comes with the 5-year.
So just looking at fast signs, I'd have a questions, like the other two quotes, if I recall, the sign wasn't like one humongous sign, it was made up of panels. And like in the one case, I forget which one it was.
It was Becker
Becker,
that
they
we,
would give us an extra panel. Is fast signs like a composite panel? Or is it?
It should be all these are, but I can verify
Because,
that.
because it says configuration, single face, one unit.
As opposed to a two-face sign.
The
Oh.
double-sided.
Oh, the side, okay, all right, I'm just.
So if you think it's worth, you know, waiting another to follow up with him, I can do that. If you want to move forward at this time, we can do that.
We've waited at this point this long. I would be fine waiting another 2 weeks so that we are doing an apples to apples comparison because it is very close. These two are very close. Now, if I'm understanding this correctly, also, we don't have to pay for the cellular.
That's my understanding, and I'll verify that too. So
So with Becker Signs, it was, we got the first 5 years free with the cellular communication, but then I did follow up with her on that, and to do an additional 5 years, it would be $950 total for an additional 5 years. So that's another $1,000 figure for 10 years total for the cellular. Now, this is just included with this company. How old is Fast Signs? Do you know?
which sign?
Fast Signs, like how
How
old
old
is,
is it?
yeah, like,
I think they've been around for a while.
okay.
Let's see.
I just want to, you know, if that's a deciding factor, I don't want that to come into, you know, oh, it's included. And then in 2 years, it's not included anymore.
Let's see, it started in 2010 and as a different company and then it merged with Fast Signs in 2018.
Okay. That would be my only concern is, if that's something that could be thrown in there.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But we can table it, and
Now we'll reach back out.
make a decision in 2 weeks.
Right, anything else?
Yeah, I just want to be clear on that connectivity with Fast Signs.
Okay,
So, you know, they provided those other alternatives, which like, if it was a direct connect would require programming on our switch, somebody would have to be able to do that. And I don't know if that would be them or somebody else.
right, but when you look at either of those, that takes away, I believe that takes away the ability to program remotely.
Right, right.
Mhm.
So
Okay.
if you want to, for whatever
In
reason.
case you were looking at that,
Right.
Yeah,
but I don't, you know, if you rather just, I mean, I think you should just look at the
That's an-
cellular modem.
Yeah,
option.
agree. I would not even entertain those just because
okay,
It's a,
everything's going to wireless right now anyways, you know, it just makes more sense to be able to do it remote than have to be hardwired to something.
okay.
so, yeah, I think it'd be worth, waiting 2 more weeks
Okay.
to, because this is, yeah, they're definitely close to the other one.
Mhm.
Depending on the pricing on the phone surround thing.
I think it's the same phone company the other one uses, so
Probably. But that doesn't mean it's the same price.
this is true.
Anything else on that? Anything
Nothing.
else? You good?
I'm good.
Okay. I mentioned earlier that Ra's looking to put a batting cage behind youth two in the, and they also want to extend the backstop fence so over the dugout so they don't lose any more balls over there. If the board is in agreement and wants to approve that, their opportunity to do those projects, as long as they comply with the zoning, I'll put them in touch with zoning and we can move forward from there.
I'm good with
Any
that.
objection? No. Okay. Then my last one is the opioid settlement being handled by the county prosecutor's office, and I have a resolution from there. So I'll move for resolution number
Oh,
080624-05.
080624-05.
Correct.
What she said.
A resolution to accept the material terms of the Kroger settlement agreement pursuant to the Ohio Memorandum of Understanding and consistent with the terms of the March 22, 2024 National Opioid Settlement Agreement. Whereas Hinckley Township is a political subdivision of the state of Ohio, formed and organized pursuant to the Constitution and laws of the state of Ohio. And whereas the people of the state of Ohio and its communities have been harmed by misfeasance, nonfeasance, and malfeasance committed by certain entities within the opioid pharmaceutical supply chain. And whereas the state of Ohio, through its attorney general and certain local governments, through their elected representatives and council, are separately engaged in litigation seeking to hold opioid pharmaceutical supply chain participants accountable for the damage caused by their misfeasance, nonfeasance, and malfeasance. And whereas the state of Ohio, through its governor and attorney general and its local governments, share a common desire to abate and alleviate the impacts of that misfeasance, nonfeasance, and malfeasance throughout the state of Ohio. And whereas Hinckley Township approved of the One Ohio Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, relating to the allocation and the use of the proceeds of any potential settlements described. And whereas a settlement proposal is being presented to the state of Ohio and local governments by Supermarket Pharmacy Kroger pursuant to the settlement agreement dated March 22, 2024, the Kroger settlement. And whereas the Hinckley Township Board of Trustees Board approves the township's participation in the March 22, 2024 Kroger settlement, and hereby authorizes the Medina County Prosecutor's Office to execute the attached subdivision participation and release form. Now therefore be it resolved by the Board of Trustees of Hinckley Township, Medina County, Ohio, that Section 1, the Medina County Prosecutor's Office is hereby authorized to indicate Hinckley Township's consent to participation in the March 22, 2024 Kroger settlement by executing the attached subdivision participation and release form, Exhibit A. Section 2, it is hereby found and determined that all formal actions of this board and of any of its committees concerning and relating to the adoption of this resolution were adopted in an open meeting of this board or committee, and that all deliberations of this board and any of its committees that resulted in such formal actions were in meetings open to the public in compliance with the law. Section 3, this resolution shall be in full force and effect from and immediately after its adoption.
Second.
Seconded by trustee Asherle. Call the roll, please.
Sweattick?
Yes,
Asherle?
Yes.
Yes.
very good. I will print this out and we can sign it this evening and be done with that.
Can you send that to Judy?
I will do that.
Thank you.
And what was your resolution number again?
08062405.
Okay.
Then do we want to hear from the public before we go into executive session?
Yeah, that's all I have here. Do you have anything further?
I'm set.
Anything from the public? Okay, we will go into executive session at 7:59. And then all of a sudden, I will move to come out of executive session at 9:44 PM.
Second.
We'll call the roll. Asherle,
Yes.
Engelmann,
Yes.
Sweattick, yes. I will move to adjourn at 9:44 PM.
Second.
Seconded by Asherle, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you.
I got minutes for you guys.